Welcome to Easy M-C-Peasy, where we take questions about the Model Context Protocol and we answer them as simply and succinctly as possible. Today, I'm with Dan Barr, Technical Marketing Engineer at StackLock, to tackle the question, what are hosts, clients, and servers in the context of MCP? Dan?
Hosts, clients, and servers are the three participants in the MCP architecture. And if you're familiar with typical client-server concepts, this will feel really familiar. Starting with the host, this is the application you're using. It might be VS Code with Copilot or other AI extensions, Cursor, Claude Code, custom AI agents, basically any application that supports MCP with AI agents. When you add an MCP server to your host app's configuration, it creates an instance of an MCP client. Now, this line between the host and client is a little blurry. In most cases, you won't actually notice this because it all happens inside the host application. But it's good to know what's happening under the hood and that there's a one-to-one relationship between the MCP clients within your host and the MCP servers. And then we have the MCP server itself. The server handles all of the logic of interacting with the backend service, and it presents tools, resources, and prompts up to the client, which get passed along to the large language model as context so it can determine when to request a tool call. And this is where another concept comes into the picture, which is the transport method. And this is how the MCP client actually connects to the MCP server and interacts with it. MCP servers are really just a process, and they can run locally as an executable in your machine, or they can run remotely via a hosted service. With local servers, the MCP client executes the server using the command you supply in the configuration, and then it attaches to the server's process and uses standard input and output streams to interact with it. And really, this is just like you would interact with any command line process in a terminal. For remote servers, a streamable HTTP protocol is used to connect to the server over a network. Putting it all together, when the agent in your host application makes a tool call, the MCP client invokes the tool along with the inputs that the LLM generated, gets the response from the MCP server over the transport method, and passes it back up. So you can read all the details of the MCP architecture at the official modelcontextprotocol.io website, and stay tuned to the Easy MCPeasy series to learn more about other topics like how to find, use, and secure MCP servers. See you next time.